Welcome back. Well, one of the big outperformers of this year has been Mazagon Dock, and they came out with a set of numbers. To understand what's the trajectory going ahead, we're joined by Mr. Sanjeev Singhal, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Hi, Mr. Singhal. Good morning, and thanks so much for speaking to us here on CNBC-TV18. The last time we chatted, sir, you had revised your guidance from around 10-12% revenue growth to around 12 to around 15%. You want to revise that number further? What kind of a revenue growth can you look at for this year? And give us an updated order book.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you and to all the viewers. As far as the guidance is concerned, we continue to maintain 12 to 15% over 22-23. As far as the order book update is concerned, we have a healthy order book of around 37,000 crores, and all the projects are running as per schedule. As you are aware, we had indicated earlier also, we have received one order from the Coast Guard, which is a small credit training ship, a small order of 310 crores. At the same time, we are also signing one more order with Indian Coast Guard for 6 number of next generation OPVs, offshore patrol vessels, which would be in the range of around 1,400 crores. Apart from this, we are also looking up towards the export market and believe that in next 2 months, there should be certain positive developments in this regard, maybe a smaller order. But this definitely provides us a foothold in the export market segment.
All right. So,
apart from the major orders which are under execution, that is the P-75 Scorpion submarines, of which out of 6 we have delivered 5, and the last submarine we are targeting for delivery in by 24 March, or maybe beyond that in case it spills over to next financial year. As far as 15 Bravo is concerned, 15 Bravo we have out of 4 destroyers, we have delivered 3 destroyers. And third destroyer was on 20th of October we have delivered. And I'm proud to say that this destroyer has been delivered almost 5 months ahead of schedule. So this is something which is unheard of in this kind of a business when we are delivering, when we are dealing with such large platforms. A delivery prior to the contractual delivery period is something which is unheard of. And we have consistently delivered all these platforms, 3 platforms, one in October 21, another in November 22. November 22 platform was again 3 months ahead of delivery schedule, and now in October 23, which again is 5 months ahead of delivery schedule.
All right, so that's incredible, sir. That you've gone ahead and delivered projects ahead of schedule, and that's not all. You've also delivered incredible shareholder returns over the last 12 months or so, and before that too. But just a word on, you said that you maintain that 12 to 15% sort of revenue growth guidance. The first half of this year, your revenue has just been about 1.5%. So are you confident of over 20% growth in the second half of this year to be able to meet this 12 to 15% sort of guidance? And also a word on the margins, because the first half, margins have been around 7.5% closer to 10% in the second quarter. How do the margin situation pans out in the next couple of quarters, according to you?
I would like to clarify with respect to the margins, which I had mentioned earlier also, that we had provision for liquidated damages for delay in case of Scorpion submarines, and the LDs were deducted by the Indian Navy. However, based on the discussions, decisions have been taken with respect to certain deliveries for second submarine and for third submarine, where the LDs have been firmed up at a much lower value. So the delay attributable to MDL has been much less, around 1.5 months delay. And accordingly, these LDs have been refunded. So one LD amount of approximately 170 crores, we received a refund in last quarter of financial year 22-23. Received in this quarter. So this has had a positive impact on the margins. Going ahead, we expect another 2 minimum LD refunds from the Indian Navy. As and when they happen, they also would be having a positive impact on the margins. Apart from this, I don't see, of course, some increase has been there in the interest income as well as other incomes also. So these would be marginal. As far as the project is concerned, we continue to maintain a similar kind of margin between around 7-7.5%.
Okay, all right. Very quickly, Mr. Singhal, you had briefly alluded to that 6 submarines that you had, signed up for, more than 10 years ago. And I think 5 have been delivered. 1 you will deliver at the end of this fiscal. But there were 3 more, right? That was likely to come up. And you were saying that you were working with the Navy, I think, to submit a bid. I think we are expecting it October, November odd. What's the progress there?
Discussions are still going on with respect to the technicals. By and large, the technicals are close to being frozen up. So we have submitted the quotation also. This would be examined and reviewed by the Indian Navy. We expect the order to be finalized over the next couple of months.
This is for the 3 Scorpions, right?
Three additional Scorpion submarines.
And how much would they be worth?
I would not be assigning a figure right now because this would be something, it is under discussion right now. So it would not be appropriate for me to assign any figures immediately.
Just a rough range, as in per submarine competitively should be worth how much? We're not asking for an exact number, but for analysts to estimate how they would be worth.
I can only say that as far as 6 Scorpion submarines is concerned, including escalations, ERV, etc., the approximate value works out to 27,000 crores. So this was a contract which was signed in 2005 and subsequently amended in a major manner in 2010. So it is up to the analysts to build up the escalations and whatever changes have been there in the market. So this would have an impact on the current pricing because this project again would be executed over a couple of years from now on.
Okay.
So considering all this, there would be certain...
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Considering all this, there would be certain padding up with respect to the escalations which have already taken place and which are expected over the execution period. So the modalities with respect to whether the prices would be escalation or with the escalation formula, these are in the process of being formed up. So pricing would finally depend.
Yes, yes, Mr. Singhal. So pricing will depend. I think the last time around it was around 3,500 crores odd per submarine. So we'll have to see this time around, keeping in mind inflation and other aspects. What does it go to? But by when do you expect this to get closed out? By Q4 or Q3?
Difficult. Yeah, we are expecting before March 24.
Got it. Okay. That's good. We got a timeline. Thanks a lot for that, Mr. Singhal, to fill us in with all of those details. For the time being, though, we'll have to slip into a short break. Come back. We'll continue to focus on markets.